青コーナー191センチ114キロギリゲッターイチ
There he is, Big Daddy Gary Goodridge from Canada.
190センチ106キロラバザノフ
Achmed Labasanov from Russia.
Russia with love.
Yeah.
But not this time, I think.
Well, he's 12 years younger than Goodridge, so that will be in his favor. But Goodridge has taken 8 months off, healed up all of his injuries, and is ready to go. And he says that he plans to mangle Labasanov and kick the living out of him.
That was good. That guy was very fast with the sound here.
Judge.
He is a proud member of the Russian top team.
Go!
Yeah, but he's got to take his fight to the ground, in my opinion.
He doesn't want to stand there because Gary's going to try and punch him, that's for sure. Gary comes out and misses with the jab. Gary is trained by Paul Minhaus from Ultimate Thai Boxing in Toronto, Canada, and he has in his corner Tom Erickson. Gary, much to Gary's surprise, Achmed is coming out throwing punches.
Yeah, that was a good left hook, and that was a good right low kick here. We might see a stand-up fight here. Ooh! That one hits.
Yeah, he threw a wild right hand, and it seemed to catch Gary a little bit, but it didn't do anything to him.
Oh, and again, that left hook, he's got good hands.
Yes, he does. He has been practicing his boxing. Goodridge coming in again with a low kick.
Yeah, that would maybe be the key to success here. Leg straight with the right low kick from Goodridge, and he's hitting hard, Labasanov.
Labasanov is throwing bombs here. Maybe he saw Gary's fight with Igor Chanchin and wants to duplicate the effort. Goes for the trip, and down they go, folks. Gary Goodridge on the bottom with an open guard.
Yeah, man, I don't know if you want to keep the guard open with a guy who was a leg lock specialist. No, he closed it. It probably hurt me.
Well, this is surprising because we expected Labasanov to come out and try and lock up early, but he instead set up the takedown with some punches, which was very smart.
It's a very smart thing that he did that right there. It's what we always talk about, you know. You don't want to go right away for it. Distract him a little bit and then go for the things that you're the best at.
Gary Goodridge had some interesting things to say about Bob Sapp, who just fought, and he said he's a nice guy, but he did say that he, and I'll quote him, he's a freak show as a fighter. He hasn't even begun to crawl where everyone else is graduated from college. He's an infant, not even close to puberty. Gary Goodridge on Bob Sapp.
Whoa, that's quite a strange comment. I wouldn't give birth to a baby that size if I was a woman, an infant.
An infant the size of Bob Sapp? We're not even going to go there. As the man from Russia, top team, grinds away with small little shots on top. In blue, Labasanov, Gary on the bottom in the black trunks.
Yeah, if this keeps going like this, the referee probably will put him back on their feet because nothing really happens right now.
Gary, as you said, boss, wants to keep that guard closed.
Yes. But this could be a setup too, leaning over him, and then when he opens the guard, suddenly pass it or go for a leg lock. Right now, he can go for a leg lock. There we go already, I think. Yeah, Gary is...
He's looking for a knee bar right here, boss. He's going to go for the knee.
Gary should apply a toe hold on him. This is...
Gary's got to stack up and start throwing punches right now. He's got to throw the right hand.
Yes.
Right hand right over the top. And that's the power of power. Gary Goodridge just grabbed him and pulled him close. Gary is always dangerous strength-wise at the beginning of the fight. So Labasanov did try for one, but now he's on the bottom, and Gary can hurt people from the guard.
He knocked people out in this position. So, and there we go. He's got some phenomenal striking power. So probably we will see some good shots to the head. And he's also spreading it up, like he's going first to the body. Oh, he's going to pass the guard now.
Oh, he's going to try for, what's this? It's a backbreaker. He's not going to be able to submit him here. If the guy is limber at all, he won't be able to submit him. But, oh, what is this, boss?
It looks almost like the boss with the neck rank there, but it's not. It could smother your opponent, no?
But he's goes right into a triangle choke.
Triangle choke.
Gary's got to get out of there. Oh, he powers his way out.
Now's his side mount, and that's a very dangerous position for Labasanov to be in with a guy like Gary Goodridge on top.
Expect that right knee to start blasting away, but Labasanov keeps moving. It's the little moves by Labasanov that have kept him out of trouble.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Gary's gonna, it's gonna rain knees now. The right knee is coming up, I think. Labasanov sees it because he's blocking the leg. Now holds him. That's what they call the bear hug. Knee to the body here.
We've seen both men escape from submission attempts. Gary had that cradle headlock, Boss Rutan neck crank, have you, and then Labasanov almost had a triangle choke. Just ate a knee there, as you said. Gary Goodridge would like to say hello to his wife and family, newly married. Gary was actually married after the last Pride Fighting Championship show here in Tokyo.
Yes, we were there. It was fun.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. That's the half of round number 1. 10-minute round.
It was a lot of fun because I believe you and Quentin Jackson at the reception got up and did an impromptu hip-hop rap. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, it was fun to do. But right now, Gary...
Labasanov keeps working.
Got to keep his work up, otherwise the referee's going to come in. This is a dangerous position because now he can start raining knees.
Throw the knee right now. Labasanov has got to get out of this position because he could be knocked out from here. Gary should start piling up those knees right now.
Yeah, that's the only thing he should do.
He should keep him trapped here.
That's how the knees. That's exactly the way to win.
Mark Coleman used that position very effectively in the Pride Fighting Championships Grand Prix in the year 2000 to beat Igor Vovchanchik, but Labasanov scoots out back into the side mount.
Yeah, Gary should keep cranking, neck cranking him, do the crossface, push himself away, create some distance, and rain those knees. The left knee to the body right now, because if he starts raining knees, then Labasanov starts to defend that spot, and he will open up other places.
Do you think that Labasanov has seen the movie Gladiator?
He had to be, yeah? I mean, he looks like him. Maximus. Yeah.
I've got to tell you one thing. Gary is extremely relaxed in this fight and taking his time, but he's staying active at the same time.
This is what he should do. Knees to the body. Because they don't cost any power. You can throw a lot of them.
Gary is one of the funniest men to interview, and he's actually said if Labasanov fights anything like the tape that he saw, that it's going to be a long, painful fight. And right now, Gary is starting to inflict a little bit of that pain with those knees. But Labasanov has, moved around enough to be able to offset most of the strikes so far by Gary.
Yeah, there was not one full hit, so to say. That's why he should keep kneeing and cross-facing. In this position, you can only control him, but you cannot finish. That was a good knee right there, the left knee to the body.
Do you think that the referee is going to be restarting him soon, boss?
He should. I think he should.
Yeah, because there's been a slowdown in the action. Gary going for a key lock?
A side choke.
Oh, no, but the guy, he didn't have the arm over. Oh, that was a good knee right there. Right under the armpit.
Yeah, but he's got to continuously doing that.
I think the referee should stand him back up here.
He probably will.
Action.
Yeah, Gary got to move. He's got to do something. It's the first round.
Do you think Gary would be advised to try and mount Labasanov? Because he's got a good opportunity here because Labasanov doesn't seem to be blocking.
Again? No, he tries it. Yeah, it's what you said. Mount would be good, but mount is also...
You're open for a variety of counters, but he hasn't tried it yet. I think Gary has been practicing long enough with Tom Erickson and John Fitch over there at Purdue University to where they've gotten into the mount and gotten out of the mount. So I think he should try it because just stick that left knee over and try it. Because right now it's getting a little static.
Yeah, same routine. Yeah, the referee should restart the fight here right now.
I agree.
1 minute.
1 minute.
This is a dangerous position. They can turn you.
Yeah. But he goes, he got out now. Gary is on the bottom. Labasanov got out of that headlock, and now he returns his own left hand to Gary's head. Gary on the bottom now, closed guard once again, just as we started the round.
Yeah, but only we have about 20 seconds left, so this is going to go to round number 2.
All Pride Fighting Championship fights are scheduled for the duration of 3 rounds. The first round, 10 minutes. The subsequent second and third round are for 5 minutes. The fight is judged as an entirety. It's not a 10-point must system like it is in boxing. So the man that tries to finish the fight is the man that the judges give the nod to more, and the fight is scored as an entirety.
Yeah. So, and then a lot of people have to understand that rule, because sometimes they say, yeah, but he won the first 2 rounds. Yeah, but he didn't do anything in the last round. And then he loses the fight.
I would have to say, if we scored it on a round-by-round basis, Gary had that round. But Labasanov did return Gary to his back at the end. But it doesn't matter because they do not score on a round-by-round basis. They do not compile the rounds and add them up.
Yeah, from looking here, oh, now we see it there too. Gary looks good, fresh. He reserved his energy. So hopefully now in round 2, he's going to unload, maybe from the same position, mix some knees up, punches to the head, show us the sledgehammers that he has.
Well, speaking of sledgehammers, what surprised me, and I said it before, is that Achmed came out and was throwing punches in bunches.
And hard, very powerful.
Like right here. I mean, he missed a couple times. That caught Gary right on the side of the chin, but Gary didn't really fold up. Look at this punch. Boom! Right there on the jaw.
Right out of a bar room book.
That was definitely a barroom brawl punch.
Yeah. But hey, they can be very effective, and if it hits, it connects.
Look at the guy going for the leg here. He's trying to set up. Is he going for a straight Achilles here, boss?
Yes, straight Achilles. Won't do any damage, and it's only pain. So in a fight, I wouldn't do it, because you see it's also easy to escape.
Because Gary just cups the back of his head, and eventually that right hand is going to blast upside Labasanov. But I'm really interested to see if Labasanov will come out again and try and drop Gary with a punch.
I think he will, because it was effective in the first round, so he probably is going to do it the second round too. Set him up and then go for the takedown. But by the looks of both of the fighters, I think that Gary looks fresher than Labasanov.
Well, if they start duking it out, I think that eventually Gary's going to land. But this guy landed a good overhand right.
Round 2. Fight!
But it has been a very competitive fight. Gary coming out, wanting to get right in Labasanov's face. Good inside kick there by Labasanov with the left leg.
Powerful kick.
Gary going with a high kick.
Yeah.
Gary did say we're going to see a lot of Muay Thai kicks in this fight. And he's been training a lot with Paul Midhouse. And look at Labasanov countering with a punch. Labasanov trying to counter with the left hook, but he should throw the straight right when Gary throws that right low kick.
Yeah, Gary is doing actually a good job by setting up the low kick with the left straight first. And not only a kick, because Labasanov's counters are pretty good. It's not pinpoint, but if it's going to be a hit, Gary might go down. Ooh, you can hear the power, huh?
Nice takedown there by Labasanov, on top again in the guard, next to the ropes. One of the rules that I really like about the Pride Fighting Championships is when they start to slide out close to under the ropes, they will stop the fighters and move them back to the center of the ring in the exact same position, meaning that they don't get trapped up against the ring or they don't fall out of the ring.
It's perfect. It's the perfect thing to do, because we saw earlier and in different organizations, we saw that people try to escape that way. They were in a bad situation, they pushed themselves away underneath the ropes, and then they would put the fighters back on their feet. So it was a beautiful way to escape. That's not going to happen here anymore. Also, you can see we have a very low rope, like maybe 5 or 10 inches above the ring.
I think that's new. That must be new.
So you can't slip out. It's
Because
perfect.
there are 5 ropes there. Okay, and as I said before,
The restart in the center of the ring.
exactly. I think Gary should try and sweep him here. Or do you think that would be dangerous against a leg locker?
If he's going to do the same leg lock again, I would take the risk because, yeah, the Achilles pull I'm not a big fan of. Gary's not wearing any shoes, so he doesn't have a grip. It's pretty easy to escape. I would take the risk. Yeah, Labasanov also has to do the same thing that Gary had to do in the first round. Push himself away, create some distance, so he can strike with more power. This way, the fight won't end. You know, it's not going to be a knockout. He's not working for a knockout.
No, right now we've gotten into a slow pace here in the fight. Labasanov is remaining in control, but I think he's really thinking of finish here. And Gary is pushing him back with his hips, but Labasanov is staying busy enough. Gary striking from the bottom.
Yeah, and the same as in the first round. If this goes on for more than 30 seconds, I think they should. I think they are going to stand fighters up again.
I want to see him standing up again because, to me, when they were standing up, they were delivering a lot of action, but right now it's slowed down. I mean,
Gary's talking.
but Gary's getting punched also.
Yeah, not smart. He's got to work.
Yeah, but he's imploring the guy to hit him. Look at this. Gary's saying, hit me. But that's not going to win points. Maybe he's trying to get him to punch himself out.
Yeah, it's never smart to do a thing like that. I mean, rope-a-dope we know, but here there is no rope-a-dope.
Because in a rope-a-dope, you got your hands up. Muhammad Ali, when he fought George Foreman with a rope-a-dope, kept his hands up. There, Gary's trying to open himself up and then bring his hands back to block the punch. But Labasanov is not buying into it. He's not letting Gary get him rattled, get emotional. He's staying ice cold like another Russian that we know of from Ukraine, and that's Igor Vyacheslav. This guy's got a right hand sort of like Igor, that overhand right.
Yeah, only Igor's a little bit more pinpointed.
Yeah, Igor, no, to be sure, Igor is definitely a better puncher than Achmed Labasanov. But Labasanov, I want to see him stand up again.
Yeah, Gary should try to roll him to the left right now. The left for Larry, Gary, that is.
Yeah, now I gave up half guard and half mount now. So, can Labasanov go again for Gary's left leg, or will Gary keep him locked up?
Yeah, I don't think Labasanov is going to do the same mistake. I don't think he's going to go for a leg. If he goes for a leg, he probably will go for a knee.
He's trying to squeeze Gary here. Look what he's doing.
Yes.
He's trying to...
front choke, yeah, this is easy to escape too.
Yeah, exactly. You just turn your head, correct?
Yeah, to the left or to the right.
It's the fine points, boss. That's why you are the color commentator of the mixed martial arts.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fight Professor of the mixed martial arts.
Okay, and there it was. You know, Labasanov is pulling ahead now, but the third round is the one that both these guys need to establish dominance, because right now this fight is up for grabs, in my opinion.
Yeah, but Gary knows this game, and he played it a long time. He looks very fresh. If you look here, Labasanov is tired. Gary walked back, claiming that, oh, I'm fresh. So he will come out now. He probably knows the way the jury counts here in the Pride, that whoever finishes strongest is going to win the fight. So he's going to throw everything out he has right now.
I'll tell you, Labasanov is really happy to be here in Pride. This is his Pride debut. And there's that low kick by Gary. And the guy checked it a little bit, but ate a lot of it on his calf. Gary went again and blasted that low kick. And Labasanov trying to counter, trying to connect with, but it's the left hook, which is not the punch you want to try when the guy throws the right low kick. Although he did catch Gary a little bit with that left hook, but he swings a little bit too wide.
Yeah, he should follow it up with a right straight. You see here?
Yeah, because Gary is moving clockwise into a right hand, but Labasanov is throwing that left hook.
Now, let's hold. Good action.
Well, Gary, when he was laying on his back, was talking a lot to Achmed Labasanov, taunting him. He was saying, "What do you got?"
Oh, he wants
and
to fight
look at
this.
him right here. He's really saying that with his whole body language. It looks like a great big Vanderlei, right?
Yes, big black Vanderlei Silva.
Yeah. And Labasanov is probably saying, "Well, let me rest for a while."
Yeah, you better watch out, Gary. You cannot get too excited because he's going to walk straight into a takedown.
Either that or a right hand.
Yep.
I mean, this guy can punch a little bit, but to be sure, Achmed is not quite Roy Jones yet.
Yeah, flat top got control there. And he restarts the fight.
Gary coming in with a right hand lead, which missed. Another right hand lead, and Gary gives up a takedown because that was a textbook body lock.
Yeah, and this is not very smart.
No, because we're back in the same pattern.
Yep.
Gary's going to lose the fight unless he does something here, because he could talk to Labasanov, but he's not going to win the fight by talking to him. He's got to do something. He's got to hurt him. He's got to go for a submission. He's got to reverse this position. If I were the referee, I would give him about 30 seconds more in this position, and if they don't land a significant punch or a submission attempt, get them back to their feet.
Exactly my thoughts. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yes, Basito.
Yeah, there are no lawyers, so there's no talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Gary got to move. He's got to move. He's got the half. Oh no, the butterfly guard.
He's got a butterfly guard. He could sweep this guy, or at least try to.
Yeah, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. And there I go again with my saying from Holland, if you don't shoot, you always miss.
Well, Gary's corner man, Tom Erickson, is saying get busy, otherwise he's going to get a yellow card for lack of activity. And Gary tried to sweep, and Gary's spinning around, going for the foot here, and getting on. That was nice. Now Gary on top, almost into a triangle. He's got to get out of that move. Gary in the side mount. Now Gary is in a position to where he can do damage and even end the fight. But Labasanov is tough, boss.
He's very tough, but Gary showed that he had a lot of stamina left, a lot of fuel left, and if he's smart, he's going to start raining knees now to the body, to the head. I would go and go non-stop.
Because the fifth round is a 5-minute round, so Gary, we're getting close to the halfway point of the round. I agree with you, boss. He's just got to go for broke here. Not necessarily try and stop the man, but pile up enough points to get the judges to say, you won.
That's it. Pushes his head, left knee to the body, right knee, good, under the armpit. He's got to keep doing this. Yeah, and the audience. Don't forget the audience. They want to see it. Nobody wants to see a fight with just people laying on each other. You know, you want to have action, and he can do everything he wants right now with the knees.
I would say stand up if you can. Just stand up.
I don't know, because Labasanov threw a few good shots too, you know, and this is playing it safe.
But the thing is, if he stood up and Labasanov was slow getting up, he could soccer kick him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because
Okay.
this is right there. Good right knee right to the front of the face again by Gary Goodridge. Gary squeaking back into control. Labasanov does seem to be gassing.
This is it. If Gary continues like this, he might stop the fight.
If he could get some distance, just go pop, 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 and throw a combination. That's it, Gary. Gary is going for broke here.
Throw a knee, throw a left knee to the body.
I think Labasanov should throw a right knee to Gary Goodridge. He's wide open. Labasanov should counter with a right knee here.
Stand up! Stand up and drop some knees to his face!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. You know what you're saying. I did it.
I know you did it to Kevin Randall, and then Maurice Smith did it to Mark Coleman. And the guy from the bottom isn't just static. They're taking punches. He can strike back with the knees. Oh, look at this! Back up Labasanov. And Gary looks a little bit less in the gas department. Labasanov with a bad mouse under his right eye.
Now, whoever's going to get another takedown is going to move. No.
Gary's out of gas. Gary's really out of gas. He just fell down.
He should have never given this up.
No, because now Labasanov, if he got busy here, he could possibly end the fight.
1 minute.
Gary does not have Labasanov's arms locked up. Labasanov should sit up and start throwing punches.
As hard as he can.
That's right, because he's just laying on it. Gary doesn't have his overhook, nothing. He's got a loose guard, go for the leg, do something.
Yep, they both gotta throw out everything they have in order to win this fight. Right now, it's gonna be difficult to call.
Well, Labasanov missing, but I still think that Gary did enough early in the match, but we've seen stranger decisions. Okay, Gary with a half butterfly. Is he gonna sweep? He should try to at least, because now that Labasanov's base is narrow, Gary should try for the sweep here.
Yeah, because if he would manage to sweep him, that will give him the victory right there.
Labasanov winging punches. Is it enough, though? We're coming down to a cliffhanger here. Has Labasanov done it? Okay, there's the end of the round. I don't know, Baz, who won that fight?
I don't know. Like I always say, every show pretty much, maybe a couple of times. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's not liver shot. I do not want to be a jury. It's a very tough job.
A jury? Well, will you be a judge instead of the jury? Or just the bailiff?
I'm sorry, a judge.
Or will you be the executioner? Well, I'm going to be the judge, jury, and executioner and go out on a limb and say Gary Goodridge won this fight. The flurry at the beginning of the round right here did more damage. And as Matt Hume, our sometimes guest judge behind the broadcast booth, has said, damage points do count for something. Labasanov did not land clean shots, but Gary Goodridge right there with that knee, that may have been enough to win the fight.
Yeah, that knee was beautiful. Yeah, he probably won the fight, but it's too bad that he got the last takedown, Labasanov, that he took Gary down.
Yeah, because Gary just fell down. He just gave it to him. And here we go to the judges.
Judge Arachi, Labasanov. Judge Vyacheslav Kiselev.
We're going to have a split decision.
Judge Gary
Goodridge has squeaked out a very tough and hard-fought split decision victory over Achmed Labasanov, but Labasanov did pretty good. He's probably got to go on the treadmill a little bit, I think.
Yeah, and we said it before, so the people were right. They said that's kind of his problem, his stamina. And look at this. Two guys are posing. What is he doing here?
Well, that's his brother in the ring right there. And Gary gets the trophy, spares the ring girl a big sweaty hug.
Thank God.
Tom Erickson administering the sunglasses. Gary surrounded by his corner man, Paul Minhouse, right there with the Gary Goodridge t-shirt on. And Gary with the pride. And there, Labasanov has nothing to be ashamed of because he fought one of the legendary figures here in the Pride Fighting Championships, and Gary Goodridge, that man. And he did well. He did reversals. And he came out slugging. I would have to say, just get on the treadmill, work on his conditioning, and keep boxing.
Yeah, keep boxing, especially sparring, because if he would hit people actually on the head, look at this. Whoa.
Because you notice, see the little head movement there, see that? He's using head movement while he's on the bottom. And Gary is back after an 8-month layoff. Newly married and a winner again in the Pride Fighting Championships.